Hi, Mom. Y'all don't care if she watches, do you?
No.
Nope.
Does she want to, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
She watched Seth and Damon last round.
Oh, wow.
Soldier. Just let us know when you're ready to send it off.
Yeah. I'm not.
Can you get your computer there?
Sure. I'm putting it in a file right now.
Oh, okay.
Brett, I might have extra time, so I just start.
The extensions are done.
No.
Is this sent?
No, I'm
Okay, yeah.
naming the dog.
No
right now.
worries. If there's extra stuff, can you slow down if it's not on the dock?
Yeah, there won't be anything on the dog.
Oh.
Unless we have extra.
Unless I like have extra. Okay, it's sent.
Okay.
Do I need multiple sheets for this one AC?
Just one. That one.
Just one.
Okay.
The advantage is not, in fact, the final frontier.
Not sure what that is.
It's the space F. Everyone have it?
Okay.
I'm good.
Oh, did I send the Zep version?
What? I don't know what that means.
What
is
is
that?
it?
Oh,
One C
shit.
coloniality.
Yeah. Well, I sent the card that, like, the version that doesn't have, like, all of the cards.
Oh.
Let me-
Oh, you sent the version without the
Invisibility
context.
mode.
Yeah, I sent the invisibility mode
That's
version.
why it's like 4 pages. I'm like,
Yeah.
remember
I
either
sent
one
the
is the
version
best
that
one.
is, in fact, not in invisibility mode.
Wait, you've already
You're
sent
not
it or you
allowed
sent
to
it?
read.
I already resent it.
Okay.
Okay, let me know when y'all get the actual version.
Is it the same as Seth's version or different?
It's the same as Seth's version.
Okay.
Chow's prep will apply.
We low-key don't have child prep.
Okay, everyone good?
No.
Okay, for sure.
I'll wait for the judge before I...
Is this the one with like blue highlighting?
Yes. Well, they both have blue highlighting. This one has words that are not just a blue highlighting.
You're able to see the entire article.
Yeah.
I just red shifted. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Good. Five and Mingy.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 second, I need to reload.
Okay.
This is the one that's 11 pages.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good. The modern imperial man was forged in conquest, sanctioned by ego conquero, and christened by the enterprise attorney. In this case, the modern settler logic is and its legacy of erasure and dispossession well beyond the limits of colonial administration. Modern Torah 7. Coloniality emerging capitalism and domination centered to maintain and control coloniality refers to codification between conquerors and conquered. The other was anew the control of labor commodity upon the basic capital of the project colonized became the base of modernity. Modernity would not be possible without coloniality. Coloniality continues to be enable conquerors after what they wanted. They kept reproducing the permanent suspicion certainty of self. The conqueror, the barbarian, was racialized and recharacterized this imperial attitude to find the modern imperial man is people framed around war conquests. An ontological event constructive of a new episteme exceptionality shown in a way which colonizers behave in relation to its people's suspicion conquered and the inferior. Therefore, the just imposition of slavery, coloniality can be understood as genocide, as genocide in order that but people call it murders and rapists, ego conqueror. The issue was never the rise of generative artificial intelligence, but rather the first data set created to fuel the newest iteration of technological colonialism for the theft of human expression to the automation of entire industry, the domination of labor courts, the domination of thought. The issue isn't safety measures we need, but rather monopolization of knowledge that justifies the new geopolitical arms race between the U.S. and China, draining resources and accelerating militarization under the guise of technological supremacy. The issue is never the existential risks of AI, but the colonial logic of extraction premised upon the false idea that we can regulate technology while leaving a system of power intact because safe AI will never be profitable. The issue is not just ChatGPT, Midjourney, or DeepSeek, but rather the invisible labor of the Kenyan content moderators, the exploitation of global workers, training these models for pennies, and displacement of millions in the name of efficiency. Artificial intelligence condition of possibility is coloniality. Its development cannot be disembriated from the colonial matrix of power and serves because it's a tool for dispossession, enabling limitless racialized and gender violence. Adam 21. AI is built in numeration of data, binding to control colonial population, such as cybernetics, eugenicity, the human, and machine can be considered. We are watching a watershed moment in coloniality, manipulation of resources, it puts the technicalization of modernity with mercantilization of subjectivity. AI, reconciling three forms of disconnect first by mercantile tech, exacerbating inequalities along racial, second, mercantilization, AI, globally commoditized the human space, the humans, and the substance data points as a sign of the third real, humans of an arms race, global leadership, AI innovation, such as digital colonialism with effort, data, and drive dominated AI, reveal projects, hegemonic impulse. Everywhere the land resists and refuses, whales that destroy ships, that refuse to work bomb islands, that reconstitute this. The land is also resist in the form of people. Indigenous people's resistance is the land resistance. Indigenous people continue to subvert legal and capitalist technologies as part of that resistance, and technologies and technological beings resist too. The resolution cannot be disarticulated from the endless call for extractive logics, drillings, burial ground, entrenched in indigenous blood. In the face of endless violence, we affirm a practice of the economy of refusal. This is the only way towards a decolonial, otherwise the economy is in place. 20. Education has to be situated in colonialism. Has to be situated in colonialism. The frontier logic of integration of the academic model is Eurocentric and intelligence and socialization is thoroughly colonial. There's a decolonizing education is supporting for the university coloniality. Refuses political ethos and practice crucial refusal attempts of power relations denying the state and remaking rules refusing recognition contribution decolonization theorizing refusal as part of an affective practice houses understand alternatives may challenge colonial reductions in education refusal requires new affective practice that identify complicity and establish possibilities for decolonization. Therefore, the only ethical role of the ballot, settlers, and judge is to endorse the best strategy for confronting coloniality. Education is the central pillar of the colonial project. It is try or die to unsettle colonial pedagogies of cruelty within academic spaces. The 1C will try to respond with appeals of predictability, fairness, and optimization, and those will be the wrong answers. Foodness floors. 24. Coloniality is fortified through education. Students became instrumental knowledge. It is weaponized to maintain dictatorship colonial doctrine through institutions and social practices linked beyond to the power beyond the university legitimacy dominant ways of knowing all systems shows technologies to specific communities that need to smell the geopolitics of the curriculum of the colonial order upholds it is that prescribes absence outside of the Eurocentric canon. I'll send these cards after every instance of refusal is key. You should vote ACT to prove decolonial rejection can win VAX. 20. Colonialism opposes private management as a norm on all culture. Bro. Computer. Okay. Brett's computer is not working.
Oh yeah, it just died.
Yeah, that's great.
Not like battery, it just sometimes it times out.
Sorry. Culture. Each moment of resistance performs is rather rhetorical cultures that POC occupy extra legal interventions for rhetorical intervention make it possible policy ones who can transform racial capitalism. Also not correct.
Alright. Well, wait, good.
Yep.
Computer just stopped working.
That was unfortunate, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's better, man.
Preach. Okay. Tis set. Right, you're gonna probably need a couple more sheets of paper there.
We'll let you know when we get it, and we'll start.
There's.
Check if you got it. Check if you got the new class.
I need more. I have.
Received. Start prep.
Prep starting now?
Yeah.
Does the affirmative defend generative AI being used in education?
We think generative AI in education is irredeemably colonial, so we think it's bad.
Okay,
So like we defend it, but we say it's bad. Or like we don't.
You're defending it.
We
No.
reject it. We reject it.
Okay.
We're rejecting the resolution.
Is
that
that
forces you
is
to
that the
defend
only
AI.
thing that you do?
Well, the 1AC's method is like
Praxis
is
and an economy of
endorsing
refusal.
the best strategy for confronting coloniality, but where practice is
How do you confront coloniality? Like,
How
how
do
do
I what?
you do it?
In an economy of refusal, we are supposed to stand here and say, AI is great, AI is awesome, it should be used in education. That is violent because AI is inherently colonial. We are refusing it. We affirm a practice of economy of refusal. You can look at the BATS card that he read and we sent out a little bit. Like every instance of refusal is key. That is how we are solving. So we're solving. That's how we are resisting the structure.
So to be clear, you're not topical.
We'll answer topicality in the 2AC.
So are you topical or not?
I'm not going to.
We are not
answer that
defending
question.
AI as
You
good in
haven't made a
education.
reason why we're
Like-
not topical yet.
Do you defend the benefits of AI?
We think that AI.
We think AI is horrible.
We think that AI in generative education is bad.
Okay.
Alright, cool. 1 minute 50.
Yeah.
Wait, is it? Am I not the one reading it?
Oh yeah.
Y'all got that routine down. How many off is it?
One, right?
1 and then yeah. It's just,
Okay.
One and then just one or one and then case.
oh yeah. It's 1 and then case.
Okay. Yeah.
Ian, get ready for the T framework debate of all time.
Of all time is a ridiculous overstatement.
T
Well, I didn't
framework.
say the best. I just said the.
Wait, y'all are reading T framework?
Oh no.
Thank you for like 7 pages.
Bro,
I was not expecting
y'all
T
have
framework.
Isaac Chow coaching.
Isaac Chow was prepping LAWs with that Yuba man. Miggy is sending the document in status quo.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we get it. I could have never
Oh,
predicted
and
this.
to be clear, the first speaker is not Miggy Chen anymore. It's Bai-Fin Liu.
Okay. They switched it up on you.
Tricky. It wouldn't happen to have anything to do with the AFF we read.
No, of course not. Just to mess you up in cross.
5 minutes having great. Okay, preach mini.
Is it sent really?
I'll let you know when I get it.
Yeah.
A draft.
Oh yeah, I had a drafted email chain for this, but they beat me to it.
Get better. Okay, I just got it. Let me open it.
Excuse me. Yeah, same opening.
I am good.
All right, good. Or what?
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. First off, the affirmative is not topical. Disproving the benefits or harms of generative AI and education should always be a point of disagreement within the 1AC, and one condition for the negative cross is binding. They have agreed in prep that they do not defend AI and that AI is bad in education, which means that they believe that the harms outweigh the benefits. Education is limited to only formal instruction in schools. Expanding beyond that makes any experience topical. Kumar 17. In a narrow sense, school instruction is called education during a specified time by providing structured knowledge to children through set methods of teaching. Education in the narrow sense is regarded as instruction from kindergarten to the university. Vote negative first is on clash and resolution provides a hard public and agreed upon boundary for predictable out-of-round research and preparation, which allows for third and fourth level tests on both sides of the topic. Heated education and skill. Second is limits and ground post-factor revision of the topic, unlimits the research version, and eliminates net ground due to the lack of stable agent or mechanism of overstretch, makes net prep impossible, renders ground concessionary key to fairness. Like them not specking like within education is a bad thing. It means that it explodes limits. It's not about the stable agent thing. Paradigm issues. 1. TLA's case in round engagement is structured by period abuse. Anything else nullifies topicality and insulates their arguments for testing are presented in the fall. Second, often drop the debater on T. The entire outfit is abusive. Worse, our engagement with every part of it was skewed. Everything else green lights 1 hour restart. 3. Use committee interns reasonable limits invite unpredictable intervention are impossible to determine while prepping deviation on the topic is a conscious commission, so you should be able to justify it. 4. No arguments. It's illogical. You shouldn't win because the debate was good. It also encourages baiting theory and shows reading topicality because it shows the next ability to check abuse. 2. C theory solves all their offense. 5. Switch side debate solves their offense because they can read their alpha K on the negative and preserve competitive equity. Also, the TV is solved because you could have read this on you could have read a different version of this. You could have read how like AI in education has like different like issues. You could have read like fair. You could have read a different critique that would actually link to the topic, but you specifically decided to defend the negative on the affirmative, which is bad. Also, access matters. We straight turn it. Procedural fitness is demonstrated to have a causal relationship to increase academic engagement, knowledge retention, and intellectual humility. The inverse is correlated with increases in cynicism, exhaustion, and burnout. Mikhail Globchidzeski, 22. Experience of procedural fitness were positively correlated with academic efficacy, dedication, absorption, and negatively correlated with exhaustion, cynicism. Took into account all dimension control for demographics, in-group identification, and procedural fitness remained significant positive predicted academic engagement, negatively predicted academic burnout, more likely to accept decisions affecting them, indirectly affected the experience of procedural risk was positive and significant, and not significant predictor of academic burnout. Limited. Wait, I don't need to read this, do I?
No RVI.
No RVS technically litigating accusations of T being violent is a bad thing because it's not actually telling us that T is violent. It just tells us that we lost on the flow, which doesn't mean that we internalize everything. If you actually think that we are racist or violent, you should stop the round and let the judge vote on that. Ballot pick, vote for the neg but endorse the AFF. We can agree that AI is bad, but that is a reason to vote for the neg because it means that harms outweigh the benefits and it preserves topicality. There is no justification from the AFF that you need to vote for the affirmative in order to preserve their model. It is simply that the debate is a testing ground in order for the best model to solve for coloniality. Refusal does not work. Prefer actual ways that you deconstruct coloniality. Just because you go up and say no to the Southern state does nothing insofar as people have been doing that forever and it hasn't done anything. Case. First, grant us new two NC answers. New asking you can't expect us to case neg. Presenting the one he sees values depend on the recognition of the critic reduces the revolutionary nature of the act, fails to produce meaningful change and draws them into the oppressive gaze of the academy, vote negative to decline affirmation. Phillips 99. Consider center as the critic of positioning communities as objects of investigation. The critic is active agent of change in discourse merely instrumental discussion. Communities the academic critic contradicts the disruptive nature. Intellectuals fail to offer argument for taking speaking out of their case and studying and the classroom treating it as an object for analysis in the academy. Cut the card at academy. Presumption also flips negative against chaos. The burden of proof since they introduce a model in the first place, which means that they have infinite period on prep and they aren't defending the resolution. Also, it's key for engagement. Also, no pre-field offense. Individualized ballots fail to change subject or solve for out-of-round violence. A, because there's background families and coaches that thump at all causes. B, because competition we read contradictory positions that we don't agree with all the time, which means that it thumps everything. C, literature, everything's already written after the increased scholarship. D is traditional debates, even if you claim to be breaking down or pressuring the fact that it remains that you would never read this in front of lay judges, which means that you don't really care about education, you care about winning competitively.
I'll give you a second.
Thanks.
Are you gonna stand?
Wait, don't just delete it.
Or can you use a mark dog?
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want me to mark parts of the analytics I didn't read? Because it's examples.
Just delete it, I guess.
Okay.
Certainly indent where you mark the cards.
Okay. So show that I marked it instead of just deleting it?
Like for the card, show where you marked it for analytics.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course.
Hey, I'm good for cross when that's or when I get it actually. And Brett, open cross is fine, by the way.
Send. Let me know when you get it.
Will do.
The one and see. Some rebuttal.
Hey, I'm just glad let me download it.
Okay.
Take it. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You get that first question.
All right. Status of the offer.
Not sure. Mingy, what's the status
Which, what?
of T?
Status of the T in the ballot pick.
Ballot pick was right on case.
Yeah. What's the status of it?
Dispositional.
Dispo? Okay. Go for it. Wait, actually, what are the conditions you can kick it under?
I'll tell you later after 5 minutes of question.
Okay.
What does the AF do? You refuse coloniality by going up and saying we refuse it. What else do you do?
The one you see endorses a model that says that we should reject AI's intrinsically colonial nature.
Okay, so the judge's ballot for you also endorses that model and greenlights it to be read in other rounds?
Yes.
Okay, you can have
Y'all didn't answer the role of the ballot claim the one you see made.
We've made the claim that we get new to
Yeah, I'm just saying as of the
Yeah.
one and C, you haven't answered the one
yeah.
you C's role of the ballot claim.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to start on framework.
Yes.
This Kumar evidence, is
Yeah.
this just an argument that we are extra topical?
Yeah, because you are talking not just about education. Like, I don't know if there were cards in the case about education, but at the very least, the majority were about AI generally, not about AI's use in education within schools specifically. So yeah.
What reason have you read that extra topicality is a voting issue?
Explodes limits.
Why?
It's an example of the T. Like it's an example
It
of a
explodes
violation.
limits because
Yeah.
like if I'm prepping AI in education and you talk about AI in space every round, then I can't engage with you.
Limits are good. Why?
Limits are good because depth
Burnout.
comes over breadth. Also burnout, like I don't have the time to prep every different topic area.
No one does. This is a one topic tournament. No one's got time to prep anything, man.
I mean, you have
Wait,
time to
Seems
prep
like,
the
seems like
topic.
that non-unique to your offense. I'm not gonna lie. You can take
I mean,
the question.
not really, but okay. Why does the judge voting for you in this round specifically endorse the model?
The drop 20C VATS evidence says that each moment of resistance is key.
I'll take a follow-up question. When people see the W on tab, do they say, wow, I think the judge really believed in the model, or do they say, wow, Churchill must have just steamrolled Belaire on the flow?
I don't know what other people are going to think when they see the outcome of this.
Okay,
round.
so if you are technically litigating the argument on the flow, and we lost because we lost on the flow, why does that greenlight the model? It just greenlights you as a team being better, correct?
I don't think that that's necessarily the case.
Why not?
Like, the argument is that, like, I mean, like, we'll tell you our answers to whatever this argument is in the TOC, but technically winning debate rounds is not mutually exclusive with endorsing a good model and also
Wait,
technically winning
why
debate
though?
rounds.
I've made the claim that when debaters
Well, like
look
if Brett gets up in the 2AC and like impact turns every single argument on T framework, and then y'all don't answer any of those, then we have both A, presented a good model, and B, proven that we have
you have
technically
not
won the debate.
presented a good model. You've just
Well, we
beaten
haven't
us on the
given
We
the 2AC
floor.
haven't
yet.
given the 2AC yet. That will be the rest of the debate.
Okay.
3 minutes starting.
Huh?
56.
Just find the Does this even work? Double down on the one. Because we're not saying
Bro, double down, not a winning argument. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I got you. What do you want me to do?
Okay, you
135 left. Ah,
135.
yeah.
correct. I will send it. Actually, we'll take another second to prep. Okay, 2 seconds.
How much time do you have?
133.
You took a 33.
We have 133
We have 133
left.
remaining.
Okay.
Alright.
We have a minute 14.
All right.
Or a minute 4 left for us.
Order is going to be
3.
case, T framework, and then the ballot pick.
Wait. Sorry.
Actually, I'm gonna here. Never mind. It's gonna be case like with the ballot pick there, T framework afterwards.
That's it?
What?
Oh, you don't want me to do that?
Do framework the ballot pick case.
All right, framework
Is this
ballot pick
framework?
case. No,
Oh.
framework ballot pick case.
Framework
I've decided. It's over. I've decided.
Okay.
The order is given.
Where does case be?
Case is at the bottom.
Like specifically? Are we just going in order?
1 and C. Like the ballot pick stuff is, like Brett's answering the ballot pick stuff wherever you float that, and then it's the rest.
And then
of
it's
the
the rest
line
of the
on
case.
today.
Okay.
It follows the order of their last speech in this exact order, if that helps. Yeah.
I'm making the talk. Okay, I just got it.
Good? All right.
Let me open. Sorry. Cool. Oh wait. Yeah. Cool.
Bro, my computer work. I can't scroll. Life is sad.
You want 5-inch mouse?
No, it's
What?
like
Word crashes.
it's Word crashes and everything's spinning and my computer screen's just stuck there. And I'm hoping it's all right. All right. Anybody not ready?
Does it work for you?
It is now. So I'm going to go as fast as I can while it's working. Anybody not ready?
Wait, I am ready. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
On framework, in the face of limited violence, the only ethical role is every subject position in this round the ballot, the judge, and the oral status for decoloniality. You should reject the 180's model of depersonalized argumentation that affirms the academy's ideology of cruelty and instead of affirms the practice of economy resistance able to create a potential spheres of decolonial consciousness. Thus, the counterinterpretation is revolutionary ideology is a class, and the resolution question is a less than one. We ought to have a militant debate over the resolution which solves their offense. Anthoracity and Sugan 23. Traditional policy debate, not a general consensus, but a normalized process, radicalized assumptions. Fiat is an arbitrary extrapolable inclusion. Fiat is an inherently predictable only a tradition. The tradition is overrepresented with white debaters with what the activities ought to look like. New conceptualization crafts beyond this restrictive framework become necessary. Rev debate. Possession of movements to see the social debates do not think about material action. Shift the paradigm of debate from policy phenomenon to think critically. Racism continues through ritualistic performance of material discourse, practice in academic settings. Rev debate enables debaters to consider social change and important debates between non-state-based strategies. Section Wilderson, Martin, Triffany, and King. Only some examples of the outside of policy making. And counterinterpretation education is all forms of learning, which is not limited to traditional schools. Davenport 88. Education enforcement is broad. It includes not merely the instruction received at schools, but the whole course of training. Education might encompass more than classes in schools. And the academy's key. Students like Chicago boys recognize education, maintain colonial project, and the universe is the cornerstone of coloniality and intrinsic to the dominant epistemology. That means that it flips AFF. It's try or die for an affirmative project like the one to challenge epistemological hegemony that ignorance the foreclosed futurity outside debate. That's Finesse and Forrest. Framework, answer fairness. 1. Racial gaslighting idea. If the debate doesn't shape their subjectivity, it does some. You should unconsciously reject colonial logic within the academia. They owes an academic debt to insurance research that you need to pay up. That's Finesse Forrest. 2. Security decide we have to straight and comfortable procedures that negative appeal to values like fairness, predictability, abrogates its traits for indigenous concerns, and represents the fear that 180's productive challenges to the colonial sovereignty. Third, the anxiety and the panic that arises from the settled discomfort as a retreat from academia and safe haven. You should deny them the favor of interaction. I'm not doing accountability. On compartmentalize, 4 compartmentalize, 3 compartmentalize. We value fairness and evaluation of outcomes. 1. Procedural fairness not concerned with whether the outcome of the decision is fair, but whether the process was fair. 4. Global teams are AFF and makes 50% with checks. 5. Inevitable research coaching and judge who's prove unfairness doesn't break the game. And on Clash, 1. Content matters. Clash is undesirable in a racialized echo chamber where meaning participation precedes their offense. 2. Intellectual dishonesty. They're closed to author indicts and critiques of evidence methodology which perpetuates bad research. My computer's dead. Can you help? Oh, it worked. Okay. And 3, at worst, fairness defense applies because these are both claims that are appealing to categorical predictability. And on switch sides, 1, C. Adams says that AI is so agreement with colonial debates over a constitutive bad. That means we've acted on a model debate and mandate to the affirmative and by epistemology. Proof couldn't provide a topical version of the AFF that said we should read another K. And, didn't read better debater. On burnout. Burnout. 1 month talking first round talking guarantees there's a lack of prep and burnout. 2, structural fairness ensures burnout regardless of procedure. I'll do that work above. On ballot pick. Perm do both. And 2, perm do both and they have all non-crucial parts of the alt. Perm do the alt. Disprove without conditions. Voting issue causes 2AC strategy by deterring us from reading our best options and encourages us to provoke whatever argument undercut that they didn't tell us what it's dispositional on. And pigs are a voting issue. They interpret character and counterparts of the 1AC like any word or concept that are arbitrary basis for competition means that the end of ethnic, aggressive, and unpredictable that causes race in the margins which destroys holistic analysis. And Phillips is in the context of AFF. It's in the K of slap and honor or not our revolutionary project. On the link. Artificial intelligence cannot be detached from its origins. On case. Artificial intelligence cannot be detached from its origins and system of colonial AI has been on commodification of land and data. We're reducing human radicalized and generalized items, encouraging extractivism and arms race and technological modernity. The end is trying to recreate the human as a necrotic impulse of colonial control that's greenlighting side-by-sides and Jews and intrinsic the logic of an endless improvement. That's 1AC Adams. And the AFF of both affirmation and an effective practice and investment in the economy of pursuit colonial logic like 1NZ Zambius. That's necessary a precondition of unsettling colonial logic, cruelty and academia and creating the potential for decolonization. We create interpret code consistent with the activity necessary, both material and pedagogically, for further decolonization. On no new 2NC answers to causes 1A are skewing grants 4 minutes of new offense. Presumption is 0. They haven't disproven the solvency of our movement and is answered on framework. And lit is AF. It proves colonial literature is in the academy. The AF is to shift away from endorsing that. And trad debates are irrelevant. We wouldn't read the space AF with them either, but teams like Berkeley, Prep, and Policy also disprove it.
Yeah. How much time do you have?
2 seconds.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you send the card you wrote?
What card?
There was
There.
every card was in the doc.
Yeah.
I think. The Zachariah Chen-Liu card.
Is
Did you
there
not
anything
get
you did
that?
not read on the doc?
No.
Which one?
No. Brett skips.
I skipped the third point on framework answer to fairness. It was a.
Can you reorder it? Sorry.
Hmm?
Can you reorder it?
Well, what did you skip?
There was only one thing I skipped.
The only thing he skipped was the
I mean
3 point
like
advance.
reorder like the doc in the order you read it.
That everything was in the order he read it.
God.
The top.
I just go like a lot.
You might have had to scroll past the extensions. I think that might be the only. I can check the order of the doc.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can
What's the order I sent it in?
You can look at it.
Yeah, all of the Chief framework stuff is in the order.
Because
we
I
read.
remember I was scrolling. He did perm, and then he did.
That was on the ballot pick.
Yeah.
That was way down.
That was all after.
That was all after
framework.
framework.
Brett read from
Yeah,
the
the-
same doc that I sent.
Yeah,
So
So all
everything
in order.
should be in order.
it should be like there's literally only one point that I skipped. It was the third one on fairness. Everything else is exactly as is in the doc. You taking prep?
Yeah.
All right.
– 50 seconds.
Sure you good.
Taken or left?
Taken, which means that we have 14.
You can take out the
You'll
rest
have
if you
a
want.
minute left if you just took 50 seconds.
No, because it took a.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so how long do you have left?
14.
14 seconds.
14.
Yeah.
Are we doing 3 minutes or 4 minutes?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't miss the.
It's 3
It's 3 minutes.
I've,
It's,
I've never been in a PF debate with 4 minutes of break.
it
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Maybe like certain states have it in their like
Okay, but
thing.
Alright.
process.
We're first.
Cross-sex?
If there's
Oh
no-
wait, I'm stupid. Don't mind me.
You're not stupid, Cameron.
Cameron, you're awesome, dude. Don't say that stuff.
Was it sent me?
He's compiling.
Compiling a new
Okay.
doc. What should I do? To like 2 and 0? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I did also answer that better. It's in there.
Alright. Hopefully it will be in order. It might not be while it's on host. It's gonna be framework, ballot pick, presumption. Well, actually,
I just got it.
you know what? Start on ballot pick and the case.
Ballot pick case framework last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Alright.
Pick case framework.
Yeah.
Case gonna start in like the presumption stuff, right?
Ballot pick.
Okay.
Yeah, on the case, I guess. Or did you flow on a separate sheet? I don't know.
I floated the ballot pick on a separate sheet.
Okay. Okay. First ballot pick, start on the procedural voters. Obviously not a reason to drop us. You could have literally asked the Crossfire, but you ended up not doing it. That's a skill issue, not my problem. Now you say perm to the ballot pick. That's literally does not make sense. Vote neg and endorse the AFF model debate. Same thing as literally technically litigating winning because people talk about this. Wait, what? Okay. Anyways, you cannot perm the ballot pick. It is a fundamental question of contestation whether or not your affirmative needs the ballot. They say it's bad for debate. No, it isn't. The core side of contestation. They say picks are bad generally, but they do not answer how specifically the ballot picks are key in debates against chaos, especially when you have conceded every single word as to why you're reading a chaos has created unpredictable ground, which means at the very least grand neg generics is the only way to check back and say now they say you need now the case itself. Grant us new 2NC offense. They say no. They say you shouldn't, but once again, drop the word about how specifically because you're unpredictable and not topical means that we should be able to get new responses. Now, AI usage in education is key for developing the global south. Resolves it means there's a TVA and implementation is the only decolonial approach. Debating without alternative forecloses participation in the technological revolution by not televising the resolution of War 23. AI transformed learning in global south learning into technologies occurs outside the traditional schools, contribute limited access to school settings, alternative sources, play a vital role fostering global south literacies, realistic spectrum adaptability, and harnessing digital opportunities, colonial approaches, sympathetic, creating common communities, practice models, how groups come together to share knowledge and creative domain and context of creative learning. This classic model ranked useful and it provides insight into how creators engage with AI to enhance creative processes. This answers the ontology claim in the 1AC because it means that they could have defended a TVA where specifically you talk about how AI helps the global south. Now means AI is not completely takes out the ontology claim. Go to T. First, overview. Fairness is good. It comes first. A, fairness link turns their inevitable impact turns on T. Substance Q means all our best T says we can't engage properly. Topicality is bad, then vote neg because they position us to go for it. Now, B, truth testing. Absent nuanced connotation, we regularly test your R, so presume them false. C, double bind. Either A, fairness is good and you vote neg because they prevent us from engaging on substance, or B, fairness is not good, you should vote neg even though it's unfair. And D, meta-constraint. Engaging in debate in the first place assumes the judge will validate the arguments and listen to you, which all presumes a fair environment. If you knew the judge will not listen to your arguments fairly, you would not read them since it's a waste of your time. And C, double bind. Either also it's a double bind. Either we could have engaged with their app, in which case SSD solves or their offense, or there's no responses, which causes burnout. This adds look, just completely mishandled. Skip down to the bottom. Technically, the first of all, fairness outweighs the roll of ballot because first of all, fairness comes before the roll ballot. It's only meant to truth test the roll ballot, and secondly, the roll ballot is self-serving and arbitrary. Now they mishandled this specifically in the last speech. That technical litigating the K is bad. If this debate was violent or successful, the topic was they should end the round and let the judge adjudicate the allegation based on truth, not attack. The fact that he spammed 3 diss ads, continuing the round is a moral hazard. It's 2 framing issues. First, competition. If the flips their offense, debates adversarial nature, intensifies violence by encouraging us to double down on T, gaslight them through defense. The external impact is false positives. Their model can misconstrue bad debaters as racist for being too slow in the 1AR or dropping arguments which trivializes real violence while unfairly jeopardizing our careers. The ballot, it's try or die neg, full on the losing on the flow with single is technical, not ethical mistakes. Zero solvency for them. The judge is dropping us absent. Technical evaluation tells me we're actually problematic. Now the disregarded impact turns to clash. We're not going for it. We're going for fairness. They say and also fairness. Also the fact that they read procedurals on us proves that they conceded that fairness matters, which means you have to go for the negative. Oh, negative. Okay, now extend the dissonance here. Extend clash. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Cool. Extend fairness. Actually, never mind. I'm just gonna answer the clash stuff here. Actually, we're going for clash. Sorry. The resolution sets a public, widely agreed upon, and a strict boundary on pre-round and research allows for in-depth testing on both sides of the resolution because debaters can reasonably predict what arguments are going to be made in round and research solves the arguments. 2 impacts the clash. If one dogma clash to combats dogmatism means forcing nuanced conversation to arguments with in-depth research rather than appealing to broad, vague skills or signals. They're going to say it's racist. If it was racist, then we would obviously lose. Not everyone does dogmatic. The fact that you can read the K and switch side debate means that you can read the critique on the negative, which means there's no dogmatic engagement. 2, broad and portable skills. The process of debating refined skills used in rally researching for cutting cards or efficiency or rebuttals to save time, which makes debaters more concise and clear out of round, means that we're actually positioned debaters to be good and they can be good in this round, but the camera cannot survive in the courtroom, which is why T is a necessary precondition to forming revolutionary skills which are necessary to deconstruct coloniality.
You ready for cross?
Yeah.
Since I spoke first, I have the first question.
Yeah.
So nice of you. Can you give me a topical version of the AF?
Topical version of the AF. We said that you can defend. Wait.
The Aurora.
You say
evidence-
global
Yeah.
south. The AFF is specific to the like AI inherently being racist.
Yeah,
Like,
so if
how is
AI
that
can result in
possible?
good outcomes for the global south, I think that proves that to a certain extent AI can engage in decolonization. That's the Aurora evidence, which is that you could have read this as a TVA.
What part of
even if,
like they
even
do
if,
good
even
things
if
in
we
global
lose the
south means
TVA,
that we like can engage in decolonization?
that's the Aurora evidence, which you
I
read in
mean,
last
T
week.
is also a prior question. We could we don't know necessarily if AI debates of AI are constitutively bad all of the time. We can't contest
We
our
do.
ontology claim.
Y'all
Wait.
We're able to engage in
Y'all didn't
debate.
answer the Adams evidence. It like makes a systemic claim at the very top of our.
I know,
K.
but
It
I'm
talks
making
about
a
Okay.
claim that
AI cannot be separated from like its racist nature.
Wait, but it's used, like, if it's used in...
It doesn't matter. It can't be separated.
Okay, let me have a question. If
Yeah, go
if
ahead.
African people are saying that they are using AI in their education systems and they find that as like a net positive, why can that be separated from quote racist structures?
That's the Adams 21 card in case where it talks about how AI is built on the enumeration of lands and purifiers to control colonial populations. It talks about how like the fact that AI is like taught and learned all like based on bias with European knowledge, data stolen from other
Okay,
people.
so what did that
It talks about how
mean?
emergent technologies exacerbate inequality. It talks about the mercantilization of global commoditizing the human
Okay,
experience.
that just sounds like a lot of like arguments for the NEG ground. But like, why can't?
It
Why?
sounds like a million reasons on why AI is inherently racist and it's wrong to make us.
Wait, so
defend
just
it.
because you made a ton of arguments for like why AI is bad, why does that mean that you cannot? There's also not also arguments as to why AI is good.
Right. We are saying if you sit here,
Like,
and
are there
you
no
force
arguments
us,
for why AI is
if
good?
you force us to argue AI is good, we are saying that is bad. AI is inherently racist. The whole thing we are critiquing is like with the turn on Clash is that your model debate forces us to say AI is good. That's what you just asked me. Why can't I say AI is good? It's because it's inherently racist. It is structurally racist. It cannot be separated from that. And so you shouldn't be forced to defend a system that is
okay,
like
but
racist.
if the AF just reads out, so if we disprove that's structurally racist, that means it's a TVA for your AF.
If you beat the theory of power, do you beat the K? I mean, maybe, but you didn't read any cards that disprove that AI is inherently racist.
Okay, so you have to win that AI is inherently racist.
You had to respond to the Adams
Okay,
21
that's
evidence,
cool.
which is our
Do
theory
you have
of
a,
power.
do you have a question?
Yes. Let's go to team framework. Why should we have to defend a racist topic?
Our argument is that the topic, first of all, is not racist, and that through Clash we become better, like, we deconstruct the racism, which means that we combat dogmatism, which prevents
Do you
it
have evidence
from-
on the topic not being racist?
topic not being, yeah, we've read that, and also we've said that even if the topic is racist, debating it on the NEG is key to like deconstructing those
Yeah, but you're
perspectives
only neg
and defending in the
50%
courtroom.
forcing people to
Okay,
defend
quick, I have a
racist
question.
structures is like-
You read a bunch of diss ads on Framework. Why shouldn't we stop the round if I was truly gaslighting you?
I didn't say you were gaslighting me.
That racial gaslighting, DA.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I didn't say you specifically. It's talking about, like, even if you don't prove your subjectivity,
it's not
we
like-
should, like,
it's not like
always,
you're-
it's not you specifically, it's we should always unconditionally reject colonial logic within the academy. Like, we are saying we should, no matter what, always reject, like, basically, AI, just colonial logic in the academy. Like, we're not saying you yourself are horrible. We're saying the model debate you are proposing is horrible.
Okay.
Did you read the double?
133 starting now.
I know what you read. Can you look at the doc and see if I'm missing anything? T's,
Did you extend switch side?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 46 left. Okay.
Wait, really quickly. We're going to take
Just
five
start prep.
more seconds prep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
How much time left?
40. Yeah. Okay. So order is the case, like overviewy stuff, and then the ballot pick, wherever you flowed that, and then framework.
Wait, so the K, the ballot pick, and framework?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
The world is an assemblage founded upon the relationalities and pedagogies of genocide and enslavement, colonialities, and epistemology that assigns objective value to material and immaterial and assumes value is inexchangeable. It justifies constant destruction required for the empire to self-sustain, resulting in an underlying logical coloniality and anti-black that sets the stage for mass genocide of indigenous nations, the burglary of black bodies, and the exploitation of labor. That's when you see modern authorities. It also answers the quote-unquote TVA, which sucks because it says that it cannot be separated from its negative epistemologies. The link argument. AI cannot be detached from its origins of the system of extraction, deception, and domination. Physically and epistemologically, AI is built upon the commodification of land and data, reducing the human to racialized and gender data points, encouraging extractivist arms races and technocracy minority. That's the one you see Adams evidence. The line by line. The only thing they said was the only thing they actually said on case was this new quote unquote TVA. So do not grant them any of the presumption arguments in Fife in summary. The TVA sucks. It's one, not about generative AI, and two, so it loses its topicality. But it also doesn't meet the topicality insert that they read for education because it says the group's quote outside of traditional schools. So this TVA is not topical under the T interpretation that they have read in this debate. So the offense on the case page is absolutely zero. The ballot pick. Oh crap. They have conceded that the Phillips evidence sucks. It's not about the app. It's a critique of Sloop and No, which is not our evidence. But also they conceded that dispositionality without conditions in is bad. They said cross-sex checks. That is obviously incorrect because we did ask them in prep, and he said, I will tell you after you give the 2AC, what the hell am I supposed to do if I can't actually answer your arguments? And we didn't make fairness bad claims. So this is not a double turn with any of the stuff on T framework. Dispositionality is a voting issue. It forced us to double turn ourselves to answer any of the millions of possible off-case positions they could have read, even if they did not choose to do so in this debate. You should drop the debater to set good norms and make them not do it in the future, or just specify what conditions they can kick it under, which solves all of their offense. There is a 0% risk of anything else. A framework. Most crucial concessions that Mingy has dropped the counter interpretation. We should have revolutionary versus revolutionary debates, and our model is best to enact that. The Anthopoulos and Seguino evidence says the traditional policy debates are not neutral, but are formed in a normalized process that racializes assumptions. So you know that endorsing our model of debate, which inherently answers all of the offense on topicality framework, you know that it endorses a model of debate. We do not have racialized pedagogies controlling everything. Most crucial argument is that they dropped the VACT evidence for 2 speeches in a row, which says that every instance of refusal is key because when you see Adams evidence says that AI is inextricably colonial when it says that it's inextricably colonial. Now, the fairness arguments. I'm going to go for the compartmentalized argument since Mingy did not have an answer to it. We do not evaluate fair outcomes. We just evaluate fair evaluation. So all of the negative posturing about vote negative, about vote negative if unfairly is incorrect because we still desire fair evaluation, just not outcomes necessarily. So at worst, this AFF argument is that they've also dropped the fairness losses are no because of things like big teams, coaching disparities, and prep losses. The clash stuff is irrelevant. They dropped every 2AC answer. One is the constant matters, which is the main one that I'll go for. We should be held to verdict in round, but they have not contested the biggest thing is that evidence says every movement of decoloniality is key. No answer to it. No new in the 1 hour. 14 left, correct?
Yes, correct. Why is that a reason to perform? Okay. Order the dispo stuff framework K proper starting with the ballot pick.
One more time.
Dispo framework K proper starting with the ballot pick.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick on this idea that you should drop us because Mingy didn't answer the question was ridiculous. We did not say we'll answer after the 2AC. Mingy said verbatim, I'll tell you after Fife gets a question. I got a question that you never asked again. It is silly to assume that we should have just given you the conditions insofar as you were the one who asked the question. You should have just asked it again and Mingy would have willingly given it to you. It's probably because he simply forgot. This is not a reason to down us. Go. Framework. The affirmative is not topical. Disagreeing the benefits or harms of generative education. AI and education should always be a point of disagreement within the 1AC and win condition for the negative. They are not topical. They've conceded from Flex Prep that they don't defend AI, and they think it's bad. They read counter-interpretation, but it doesn't answer the standards about exploding limits. I'm going to go for two standards. One is fairness. They have conceded that it explodes limits because you're defending like things that are not on the affirmative. You're defending the negative. You're defending reasons why AI is bad when the affirmative is expected to defend that AI is good, which is bad for limits, which means that we get burned out. They straight conceded that debaters get burned out because they literally have to defend research way too many parts of the topic. They say that fairness is taught by other things, but we are specifically talking about burnouts. You hacking guesses specifically, or my coach, for example, or like research burdens isn't going to cause me to quit the round. But if I lose the non-T arguments every single round, it is going to force me to quit, and that is what your model endorses. Also, they straight conceded that fairness is a meta constraint on the debate because evaluating the debate assumes that you evaluate it fairly, which means that them reading the argument is a prior question, which indicates that fairness comes first to all of the accessibility claims that they make. You have also conceded the double bind that either A, fairness is good, so you vote for us because of T, or that fairness is bad, which means that you should hack for us either way because it's unfair. It's a dropped argument. I do not care if it does not sound that compelling for you. Also, second is clash. They have straight conceded that it is key to stopping dogma because you need to clash between the two sides to answer dogma. This answers their ontology claim. It does not matter if you read ontology insofar as we were not able to substantively engage with it because we were not prepared for the non-T argument, which means that you can just assert things into 1AC like, oh, AI debates are constitutively bad always, every single time, which is obviously ridiculous because we can never contest it because we are not fair. We are not included in the round. It is straight drop, which means it is a prior question because you cannot evaluate their ontology claims or any of the claims in the entire AFF Constructive or rebuttal or summary because we were never able to engage and we were skewed in the first place. Drop the debater, deters future abuse, and it's a question of models. Go to the K. First, the ballot. Portable skills, they have straight conceded that it outweighs everything else in the round because if they get packed in the courtroom, it does not matter if they win the debate or if they're winning coloniality because they cannot fix it in the real world. Fairness takes off Rev v. Rev because infinite types of revolution, which creates no stasis point, which means you can never start a revolution. Go to the K. First, the ballot pick affirm without granting in the ballot setting debates in the activity with performative offense, which we don't really believe in is bad. The AFF does not do anything proven by the fact that they won't stick the round of their dispatch, which means that you can vote for us and still endorse their model, i.e. their spectators. The round is recorded. You recording a WRL does not matter insofar as your RFE reflects that the model is a good thing. Judge SSD also saw, you can read it on the NEG. You have the choice to flip NEG. Judge instruction, like you should be looking at what your ballot does. They conceded that technical litigation is bad because even if you vote for them or us, it does not signal that the model is good or bad. It just signals that Belaire is bad or Churchill is bad. Grand.
Okay.
You can have first.
Yeah.
Let me get some water really quick.
Hey, I'll wait for Brett to do that.
Yeah, that's
Alright, just gonna go
The ballot pick.
Yes.
Or actually, framework.
Yes.
TVA, is there one as of the 1 and R? Yes, no. No?
We went for a switch sides debate.
Okay, you went for switch side solves? Great. Y'all can take a question.
So let's go to the revolutionary. Your counter interp is that we should have read a revolutionary like way to solve for AI or something, right?
Yeah, the counterinterp that some Greek name. And
Okay.
Seguino,
So if the debate is non-T and I can read any revolution and you can read any revolution, doesn't it just create a system where debate is just infinite revolutions floating around, no limits whatsoever, which means that nobody will ever decide on a good revolution because I just skew you on prep every time.
Entirely new in summary. There was no there was no answer to the counterinterp in rebuttal, so you don't get to like make new extrapolation for limits arguments. But also like the counterinterp explodes limits or whatever is incorrect because our argument is just that, like the Seguino evidence says that policy debates themselves are bad because they are racialized and all of the offense that I explained in the 1 hour overview to this argument. The key answer to limits here is that one, dropping the counterinterpretation means that rev debate solved because you will always have the argument to have core arguments like the CAPK, and there will always be functional limits that you can have to answer a quote unquote unlimited topic. Like look at what policy debate has. Everyone
was this explanation of limits and how your counterinterp doesn't violate in the summary or in the rebuttal?
You didn't make an argument that was like.
I mean, we made the claim that the
counter limits to the counterinterpretation.
You never mentioned the counterinterp in your second speech.
So like I'm telling you what Brett's going to contextualize this as in the 2AR.
Okay.
Is what
I'm gonna have a question.
Okay. The ballot pick.
Yes.
How does it solve any of our offense, given that you've conceded for 3 straight speeches the VATS evidence, which says that every single moment of decolonial refusal is key because.
Because we have made the claim in all speeches that the ballot is not even like it is not relevant at all. The W or the L is a letter. It does not matter. We have made the implication that A.
How does that claim
The
answer
problem with that
to
evidence is that it's like not written in the context of debate. What we have said in the context of debate is that ballots are internalized as technical failures. You saying conceded 3 times in the last speech proves that we are evaluating this through technical litigation, which means that if, let's say...
So focus on your final. I'll continue. So the issue is we have read terminal defense, which is that the ballot has zero meaning whatsoever. You can vote for us or vote for them, but everybody that is watching the round or that looks at the round from tab room or from outside or from inside, including me and you, are going to be like, I lost a round because my framework blocks are not good enough. I lost a round because the 2NR was not like explicit enough. It wasn't ethosy enough, which is not a good thing because you are trying to endorse a model. Technical litigation can never endorse a model. Yes.
Yeah, the 1AC Fitness Floors evidence says that, like, and this argument is not a summary, that even if
this wasn't every speech. Technical litigation was mentioned in every speech.
We agreed in 1AC Cross-X that technical debating is good and that the winner should be determined by that. We just say that debates about the topic are bad, but the racial gaslighting just had, which was the first argument I went for on fairness proper, answers all of the claims that Flat Figures made.
Okay.
46 starting now.
Second to get set up, and then I'll give an order. Okay. Order is going to be the K, and it's going to be the T, and then it's actually no, then it's going to be the ballot pick K, ballot pick T. So K, ballot pick T.
Yep.
All right. Is anybody not ready? The world is essentially founded upon the realization of pedagogologies of genocide and enslavement, colonialities, and epistemologically that assigns value to the material and immaterial and science, assumes that value is exchangeable. It justifies constant destruction and is required for compared to extinction itself, resulting in underlying logical coloniality and anti-blackness that set the stage for mass genocide of indigenous nations and the burglary of black bodies and exploitation of labor. That's one in Seymour and Alan Torres. Artificial intelligence cannot be detached from its origins in the system of distraction, deception, and domination, physically and epistemologically, as built upon the quantification of land and data, reducing the human to radicalized and gender data points, encouraging extraction of arms race and technology and modernization. That's when I see Adams, the endless drive to recreate human is necrotic impulse of colonial control, green cybernetics, and eugenics, intrinsic the logic of endless importance. AI development intrinsic data-driven rationality. Data is accurate analysis, generates valuable and accurate analysis, that can aid and better decision making. All three are wrong. The logic is steeped in the epistemologic dominance, rooted in the drive to colonize data disposition, and makes the extinction inevitable through the altered what? Yeah. They didn't actually do a response to the K proper. You extend it. You know that AI is inherently colonial. It is wrong. You want to solve coloniality. Let's roll a ballot. Let's do the ballot pick. Yes. On ballot pick 1, they never answer the BATS evidence. Every instance of refusing colonial practice is he to avert racist rhetoric and rhetorical platforms. They also didn't answer that Phillips is not in response due to the AFF. It's been in every single speech. They should have answered it by now. And also it's been dispositionality. We still don't know the conditions. They never told us. They said they would and then they didn't. So how can we possibly interact with it? Dispose the reason to drop the argument. Then
Drop the team.
Sorry, drop the team. Drop the team for dispo. On
For deterrence.
For what?
Deterrence.
Yeah, for deterrence, so that they don't do this again. On T. 1, extend the counter-interprets for every recipe, solves all their offense, reject one in the posturing, competing model debates, and the best way to attempt to resolve colonial nature of AI is limited because there's only a set amount of ways that we can test something, but endorsing the AFF model is kidding that they didn't actually respond. All it says is fairness, it takes out the red, but no, it doesn't. 1, they didn't respond to any of our structural fairness, and so they haven't given a single reason why procedural fairness is more important than structural fairness. You know that fairness is inevitably thumbs because of things like they're having a larger team. Again, never wants to respond to it.
Even even if this debate doesn't shape their subjectivity, it
Yeah,
will shape
even if it doesn't shape their subjectivity, it shapes other people's subjectivities. They can look at, they can see what we're arguing for. They can see the AI is racist, and like,
And you should unconditionally reject colonial logic.
yeah, unconditionally reject colonial logic. It's just, yeah.
That was the case.
Cool. Starting on the K, then the.
By the way, I'm on my phone because he's using my computer. His is out of screen time. I'm not doing anything strange.
Screen time is crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, good. Good. Yeah.
First of all, Dispo, we already answered this. Look, this class is completely irresolvable. If you heard in Cross that we said that you could ask us another question, and Cross definitely checks. Now specifically, go to the AFF. No ballot keywords made in the last speech means that did not respond to the fact that ballots are internalized as technical failures. It turns ballot solvency. Debaters double down when they lose on the ballot because they think that they internalize it as a technical loss. Look, it's not the ballot pick. We have made this as an explicit turn on the ballot solvency because even if their arguments are true, that's a reason to vote for the negative because we have made the claim that because the fact that we think we lost the coloniality on a technical fact that the people that are watching the ballots to think that Belaire got packed by Churchill means that specifically it is not voting for a ballot for them is not endorsing deconstructing coloniality. You're only endorsing this technical litigation and debate proven by the fact that Cameron and Brett all went up there in the last couple of speeches and conceded multiple times. Look, even if their argument is true, the former debate, the argument is that we should not reward them when that rewarding them with the ballot is bad. It's the turn specifically on it. Look, it's tried neg losing on the flow. We signal as a technical, not a ethical mistakes. It's zero solvency for them, but the judge dropping us absent technical evaluation tells us we were actually problematic, which is key to deterrence. We have made it clear that they should have staked around on this. Look, if they should have staked around if we are being racist, but they have not, which means that they have conceded this argument and you vote neg. Now go to T. First, we're going for topicality. The affirmative is not topical. Disproving the benefit. Even then, that's already enough. But T also wins. Affirmative is not topical. Disproving the benefits or harms of generative education, AI, and education to always be a point of disagreement. Look, they conceded in the last speech that they were not topical. Conceded in Crossfire that it's not topical. It's binding. Look, the standards for fairness. Obviously, it's completely unfair. Completely unfair for you to read this affirmative. They say Rabbi have not responded to the fact that Rabbi justifies infinite types of revolution, which means there's no stasis point of engagement. Which is that they still link to the predictability standard. No warrant given to you as to why Rabbi matters. Also, no arguments made in 1AR as to why Rev solves. Now look, so switch debate answers all the arguments. They could have read the 1AC was like 10 reasons why AI was bad. You could have read that on the negative, and then we could have still engaged in how to talk productive debate, but you chose to read it on the affirmative, which makes it impossible for us to engage. Look, if we don't know, look, fairness outweighs. Conceded it's a meta constraint, which means that engaging the debate in the first place requires the judge will evaluate your arguments and listen to. If we cannot know what your arguments is, that takes out the rule of ballot and the affirmative, which means that you don't need to respond. It's T.
Good debate, y'all. And thank you for judging. Good debate.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This was an excellent debate. I ended up voting neg on fairness. I think AF was winning for every speech up to final.
Yeah.
I think final was where things really went wrong for you all. Short a bit, fairness, meta constraint, and that the fact AF links into limits DA either way means that I should vote neg. I think it's very unfortunate that the final did not go for the structural fairness argument, which I think possibly could take out literally everything the neg has to say and maybe turn it as well, i.e. rev is the only model in which fairness in evaluation as opposed to fairness in outcome, which is the current model, can be achieved because the current model is sexist, racist, whatever, what have you. As for the next thing, Dispo, I think it is silly. I honestly could not find myself voting on this. The whole thing about ask again in CX Lamau from NEG seems I think it's a bit unreasonable, but as second final pointed out, I think it's really a wash. I don't really know which instance of violation is more egregious. The AF reading an RVI on this, or the NEG just straight up being trolls and refusing to specify the condition. I don't really know which one that I ought to prioritize. Perhaps the only thing that came out of this is that I think both sides out of this debate, out of this section, is they agree that fairness matter because both of you all extend warrants is yo, they are cheating, they should lose. So then I'm yeah, fairness matter, but then that again begs the question of which kind, which I think NEG is slightly ahead on. the case page proper, I think it's like more things go wrong really. I think either you need to extend like the Funes, Flores evidence, like the things about like, preempting the T preempting the 1AC, right? Like, T is wrong, whatever, defied it, of course. Or as NEG have suggested, you should explain why the ballot is key. I think your extension of like VATS is like the right beginning point, but as this is really, very particular in nature, I think you do need to like tie that evidence as in like, refusal on the ballot, as opposed to like just like blanket, like I refuse, because, those can be like really different things in like this debate.
Okay. Belaire, do y'all have any questions?
You can go first.
Okay. How did you resolve like the counter interpretation versus the negative interpretation?
The counter okay, like, yes, I think that like rev debate is honestly okay. So like, here's my thing, right? Like the summary did a really good job like explaining what it looks like, right? But then like final just like, yes, it's like it's a very, I don't think you do a good enough job like explaining that again in final, and then you need to because like second summary also like extended their whole thing again, being like fairness whatever. Then I'm like bounded to be like their version of fairness versus yours. So then I'm like at the end I'm just confused as to like does like rev debates necessarily explode fairness? I don't think that was addressed is like really my thing in like considering it. I think like you made an argument of like obviously there's like a functional limit, like everyone like under your motto everyone reads the cap K, and like that's the baseline or whatever, but like I gotta see that in final, right?
Yeah. I guess going off of that, what do you think the difference in like a model of negative fairness versus the model of fairness in the counter interpretations world looks like?
What do you mean by that?
Like why is the difference from the counter interp to the neg, like the difference between the F and neg, where do you think, or I guess, how do you think that the counter interp doesn't access all the inroads to their offense?
Okay, this is like, I think it's also like tying this into, it's also like a weight question, right? Like it's also a matter of like how much offense you get, and like by final, like I'm not really sure like if like the limit explosion under your counter interpretation is like as it's like at the end I'm like kind of leaning towards like the limit explosion is really bad, but then at the same time I think summary suggested, and then in Grand Cross also suggested that it tend to be not as bad, and then at the end I'm just like left hanging because like it's kind of irresolvable at that point. So that I
just
kind of
lack
like
of resolving that debate.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of difficult. So I
So
just jumped on like the whole fairness is like a meta
So
constraint.
just like more explicit push on like functional limits solve your offense in the 2AR?
yes.
Okay.
Wait, on the whole fairness, I tried to answer it by talking about how like they have made no claims on why procedural fairness comes before structural fairness, and they have failed to answer that there's structural unfairness and they have more coaches, all that like prep and stuff.
Well, that's
and
just
so,
like that's the fairness inevitable.
Right. I tried to like in my final to answer fairness from the counter trip, I brought that and said like that means it's inevitable and you can't be voting off like fairness. I guess maybe not like clearly enough. How did you like evaluate that, or did you get that on your flow, or like what?
I
don't
think
think
that
I-
was a bit fuzzy on my end.
Okay.
Because like when I got on the fairness thing, it's like I got one fairness and a meta constraint. I don't think you answered that. And then like by the end, like I don't know which version of fairness that I'm supposed to use. So then at the end I'm like okay, and then because the whole like
Seth is calling.
okay, if you don't mind, like the whole thing, like of course like the ballot thing too, right? Like because like if you don't have a warrant as to why ballot not key, and then it's kind of like tied into your like thing of fairness. I think I'm not being very coherent right now because it's like whatever 10 p.m. Yeah. Overall, I think like it's just a little bit fuzzy to me. I got lost a little bit at the end.
Okay. Yeah, spend less time extending to be more explicit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you thought AFF was winning, like basically until like finals?
Yeah, that was like kind of my vibe because I was, yeah.
Is there a way that like the 2NR could have fumbled this? Like, no, I mean like actually like in terms of speech, like was it like very like I felt like it was very very close. So I was thinking like, did you buy like the technical litigation thing?
Yeah, I think it does it matter. Like I didn't look at that specifically because I think that like them like well I guess it matters because like under your model, you know, caring about the flow or whatever is like important, which means and like again the whole meta constraint thing, meaning that like it's kind of implicit in that.
So like that only gets offense if we win T basically?
Yes, and I think you're winning like some offense because like there's
Okay. So
yeah because there's like some limits offense I think.
Should 2NR have like started on T probably?
I don't think like the back half should touch the whole dispo thing. I think like more times could have been spent talking about T in that regard.
Okay.
And I think like your whole strategy in general, like you do need to answer like whatever the app's talking about. Like you can't just be like spamming presumption on case and then like not answer the theory of power. I think that's like generally not advisable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I'm not very well versed in this. So if I could, I'm just gonna say what I garnered from your RFD and you can tell me if it's correct. You bought that fairness comes first in the round?
Yes. Specifically, I think like your version of fairness comes first.
Okay.
Like as in fairness, as in procedural fairness, not like the structural fairness as in like fairness in evaluation or whatever.
Okay.
And then because we're winning fairness comes first, we just need to win T.
Yes.
And we were winning that they're not topical.
Yes, because I think it's pretty explicit that they're agreeing that they are in fact not topical, and then there's like some.
Fun fact.
Yes, there's like some limits offense that I think exist, and I don't think second final fleshed out enough how the counterinterpretation would prevent said fairness explosion.
Okay.
First?
Sorry.
Wait.
The first final.
First
Yeah.
final. I'm mixing things up. Yeah.
So if they go for counterinterp and they extend the stuff about how there's functional limits, like cap K whatever, then they're winning, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because then really then like if they like extend like the whole structural fairness more explicitly, then like they're like winning like your model is like racist.
Okay.
Right, and then like I ought to reject it, and then some like the cap K defense probably enough to like make me forget about the limits DA.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for recording, man.